So I've talked in past videos about how crazy I feel it is that we have a world with paywalls at all, because everything is actually free. And I see us heading back in that direction where everything's free again, although I know optically it doesn't look like that at all right now. But because that's natural law and it's an inevitability, right now already it's happened that all information is free, right? There's ChatGPT and the internet and all these platforms. So those institutions who used to keep information or rather hoard it are naturally dying. The ball's already starting to roll. So I recently suggested that artists would be a natural next group to opt out of the marketplace, performing for free or daring billionaires to fund their non-for-profit performances. Today I want to suggest that my fields opt out. So these are the fields of psychology and therapy, healing, including energy healing, spirituality, non-duality, meditation. These are the quote-unquote fields that I've been connected to for over 27 years. All of the teachings, the pointers, the therapies, the healing tools in all of these fields need to be free because they are just universal truths right here available for everybody to realize. And we just keep putting them into new packaging, basically. So I want to give you the summary of these fields' wisdom. And this, of course, was a direct realization on my part. All that would happen was I might read or see a pointer from somebody with regard to some truth or wisdom, and that just rang an inner bell inside of me, which is the same thing that would happen with you. Truth just recognizes truth. It's not like they held the wisdom. So here's the summary. You are God, Goddess, life, nature, oneness, pure subjectivity, consciousness, whatever you want to call that, which is looking out of your eyes, what's looking. That's who you are. That's who you really are. And you, as pure God or Goddess consciousness, are the thing that heals your body. And it's the body that heals. It's not the mind. That's a misunderstanding. The mind wakes up, the body heals, and that includes the energy body. So pure witnessing consciousness heals the body. It reconnects with the body that's been kind of offline because we've believed that we're separate from nature and God. So we've been disembodied as a species. And so God consciousness needs to come back and reconnect with the body. It's really very simple. And the more we do that, the physical body heals, the energy body heals. We, as Judith Blackstone says, land on earth. And that includes the brain, which then processes thought, and thought works better, the mind works better, because it's actually one mind as well. It's not your mind or my mind, it's one mind, and we're just channels for it. The other thing about what's true about you as nature, you as oneness, you as a body, is that all of nature, all of life moves toward fulfillment. You're built for fulfillment. That's the wisdom. That basically sums it up. You're God, you can heal yourself, and you're naturally built for fulfillment. Everything's naturally built for fulfillment. Those are the basic truths you need to know. My meditations and writings and other videos will help you with that. You can go check those out. They basically all say the same truth in different ways because these are the universal truths, and we just keep discovering them and saying them in different ways. As Paul Hederman, a non-dual teacher, says, I'm just a man standing in the river with you, selling you the water. And at least he's honest about it, right? So it was always just a story that we were separate from God. We were separate from that water. We were separate from nature. You could say it was the original sin, really. The first blog post I ever wrote was entitled Knowledge of Good and Evil. And I talk in there about how that's how we got kicked out of heaven or Eden, is that we had ideas of good and evil. That is, we went into the mind, we started to play God versus no, we are God. And then things went haywire. So what's really haywire is that the richest people in the world are the religious ones, because it's the main thing being sold on the planet, because it's the main issue that we believe we're separate. So the nonprofit religions are the biggest money makers in the world. That's where the original paywalls came from. As L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, said, if you really want to make money in this world, start a religion, because that's the original thing we think we're missing. And we're separate from nature, separate from God. So let's take all of it out from behind paywalls. Let's take meditation, spiritual teachings, therapies, healing techniques out. And then really, what's there to sell? right? That's the expensive stuff, right? Whoever's going to get you back to God, that's the original snake oil, because you've always been God. You always will be God. You couldn't separate yourself from God if you tried, and we've all tried. So if you realize you never lost it, you never lost your connection to nature, you never lost your connection to God, you're never going to fall for a game again. Nobody can sell you snake oil. Remember that Jesus stormed the marketplace. He had a rampage in public. So I say storm the therapy, healing, and spiritual marketplaces first, calling bullshit on all of them, on the original non-commodity of wholeness, acceptance, and peace that cannot be sold to you. Now, we still live in a capitalist society for now, so the personalized guidance toward this makes sense to pay for. We've got to eat, and that takes time from us, and donations are great. But I want us to keep imagining a world without paywalls and start tearing our own walls down in our own lives, in our own work where we can. And this is where I can start. Thanks.